Don't say that.
Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today's video is extremely impromptu. Did not expect to be making a video on this topic or about this person like at all, but here we are. So today Kathleen Lights, a beauty YouTuber on YouTube with over 1 million subscribers, she recently posted an apology for an incident that happened in 2017. And I watched the apology and then I was like, well, what did she apologize for? And then I saw what she was apologizing for. And I was like, okay, I'm going to make a video on this situation. So here we are today. So yeah, that's what this video is going to be about. It's just going to be about Kathleen Lights and her little slip up, I guess you could call it, or I guess that's what she would like to call it. And just kind of breaking down the entire situation and my thoughts. So before we do get into the video, please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Turn on the post notifications so that you're notified of the next time that I post a video. And please do follow me on Twitter. My Twitter will be in the description below. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into the video. So like I said earlier, Kathleen Lights is a beauty YouTuber influencer who has a pretty large platform, and she also has her own nail polish company called Lights Lacquer that I've seen a lot of people rave about and really like. I see her stuff posted on Trend Mood a lot, so I know of her. And I think the first time that I had heard of who Kathleen Lights even is from Smoky Glow. And she had mentioned this incident, but I had never really looked into it just because, you know, so many influencers say the N-word that it gets very exhausting to look into these situations. But today, after she had posted her apology, I decided to actually look into what she actually said and the whole video and just the whole entire situation, because at that time I wasn't into beauty YouTube. Honestly, I feel like I'm kind of fairly new to it, considering the long history and considering when I started kind of getting into beauty influencers and beauty YouTube and things of that nature and drama and all that. But what's really funny is that I had heard of Kathleen Lights through Smoky Glow because she talks about her a lot. And yesterday she posted a video about YouTuber apologies. And now here we are with another YouTuber apology. And what's really interesting is that when she was doing that video, almost all of the apologies were about people saying the N-word. It was like most of the apologies were about the N-word. And here we are with another apology about the N-word. So it just seems rather constant, but I think that the situation is kind of unique from the other ones that we've seen, just because I feel like the way that Kathleen said the N-word was different from how a lot of other influencers say the N-word. Most of the times, what I actually had assumed was that she said it in a song. And so I didn't really care to look into her. I've never even watched her videos, honestly, but I thought that she had said it in a song or something like that. But when I saw what she actually said and how she actually said it, I was kind of taken aback, to be honest. So let's take a trip down memory lane, and I'm going to show you the actual clip that she is apologizing for, and then show you how she addressed the situation at the time. And then we're going to jump into her apology that she's given today. All right, so first off, that word was definitely in her vocabulary. That word was definitely a word that she uses, or at least that she used back then. You cannot tell me that when I get mad at a video game or when I get mad at, let's say I'm watching a TV show and I get heated, I get very into my TV shows, I don't say the N-word. Mind you, I'm black. I don't say the N-word. The N-word never comes out of my mouth. Even if I'm saying things completely out of reaction. When you say words and you say them, especially out of reacting to something like a jump scare or a video game that you're upset with or this, that, or the other, if you're saying something that reactionary, clearly the words that you are using, you use often. That's just how that works. That makes logical sense. Anybody with half a brain knows that. So no, I don't just, when I react to something, I just don't start speaking Spanish. Why? Because I don't speak Spanish. You only use words that are in your vocabulary when you're reacting to something. It would have to take some thought, or, you would have to really think about using words that are not in your vocabulary. I would have to really think about I took Spanish, but I would have to really think about saying a Spanish sentence to be able to say a Spanish sentence, because it's not actually in my vocabulary. Unfortunately, I'm very sorry to my professors and whoever else. So, clearly that word is in her vocabulary. And I hate when people, because I've seen other YouTubers do this. PewDiePie did this, and I was disgusted by it. And he said the N-word with a hard R. I'm pretty sure in like a live stream or something. He got mad at a video game, said the N-word with the hard R. And then he tried to say that it was just a mistake. No, it was a mistake because you got caught on camera. It was a mistake because you know that it's wrong, but you continuously say it. And now it's a mistake because you didn't say it in the right setting. But that was in your vocabulary. That's why I do not support that man. I don't watch gamer YouTubers anyways, but I don't support that man because of that. Because everyone loves to give him a pass, but I think that's disgusting. And that word is clearly in your vocabulary. And when you have the hard R, N-word in your vocabulary, I want to have nothing to do with you. So there's that on that. But going back to Kathleen Lights. Clearly, she had that word in her vocabulary. She posted a series of tweets apologizing and trying to do damage control. And what I did not like about these tweets is that she was trying to say, oh, I'm not racist. That was just a mistake. That was just a slip up. Clearly, it was only a slip up because you were on camera, because you were around other people who don't use the N-word. And what's really funny is that she was on Jaclyn Hill's Snapchat. And for Jaclyn Hill to laugh at it was also very ill, I don't know if Jaclyn Hill has ever used that word, but for Jaclyn Hill to not say whoa, at least, or something to that nature. I know that in those situations, sometimes when your friend says something that you don't agree with, you don't really know how to react to it, but I didn't like how she reacted to it. I felt like she could have at least said something, or at least not been as brain dead as she was, and at least not post it. But hey, at least we know who Kathleen Lights is because of Jaclyn Hill. So I guess thank you, Jaclyn. That's something that I can thank her for. But when I was reading because I was looking back, I was trying to find the video, and I came across these tweets where she's basically apologizing. And she's saying, oh, I wasn't saying it to anybody in particular. Baby, the word is in your vocabulary. That is extremely, extremely inappropriate for someone who is not black to have that word in their vocabulary. Why? Because you don't respect black people. That's what it boils down to. It boils down to you feel like you have the right to say a word because you can. Because you don't respect the people who have asked you not to use it. Because it is a slur, because it has a history, because it is not yours to reclaim. So when I was looking at her original apology, I was like, ew, I don't know why anyone could forgive her off of this. Because looking at it, she was very passive aggressive, she was very defensive, and clearly she didn't care about her actions. She more so cared about doing damage control, at least at the time when all of this first went down. Also, let's address Jaclyn Hill, because I never see people criticize Jaclyn Hill for this. I always see people criticizing Jaclyn Hill for being a Morphe shell and this and that and the other, and being very money hungry, which I completely all agree with, and also, poisoning her whole entire customer base. But hey, that's neither here nor there. You know what I believe? I believe that those lipsticks were expired. But anyways, that's beside the point. I never see people talk about Jaclyn Hill's handling of the situation. I never see people talk about Jaclyn Hill going onto Twitter and apologizing to Kathleen Lights for this entire situation. That is beyond me. And I never see people say that about Jaclyn Hill. But when I saw this and I had to see it for myself, I was absolutely shocked. And honestly, I feel like the things that people remember about influencers are the things that people care about. The fact that nobody cared about the fact that Jaclyn Hill literally said, I'm going to apologize to the person that said the N-word because I was the person to expose her. Not apologizing to the black community not apologizing for laughing at the fact that she said the N-word, not holding her friend accountable publicly, but rather basically saying that her friend did nothing wrong in a way. And it's just, it's gross. And then she says, you know, it was an accident. Baby, it's in her vocabulary. It's in her vocabulary. She says that word all the time, and it's not an accident. It's definitely on purpose. So I can't believe that nobody brings this up about Jaclyn Hill. But goes to show you what people care about, because they only remember certain things, which, by the way, I think that her, you know, poisoning her customer base is like obviously way more important than this. But when we're talking about all of the things and all of the scandals with Jaclyn Hill, this should be part of it, in my personal opinion. You know, this should be a huge part of it, because it shows that Jaclyn Hill doesn't really care about the Black community. And that just irks me. And I didn't think that Jaclyn Hill was racist, and I don't know if she's racist, but I definitely don't think that she has the same level of respect for Black people that I wish she had, or that other influencers have. With that being said, now today in 2021, Kathleen Lights has now posted a video on her Instagram stories, basically apologizing for this whole entire situation. And I'm gonna go ahead and insert her entire apology just so that you can, you know, watch it. I'm kind of almost a little glad that she didn't put it on YouTube, so now I can just post the video so you can see it fully. And then I'll come back with the rest of my thoughts about her newest apology and just this entire situation.
Guys, so I want to talk to you about something, and honestly, this is something I should have done a long time ago. This is so long overdue. And first of all, I just want to say thank you for being so understanding, and thank you for your support. But I wanted to finally address the situation in a meaningful way, an authentic way, which, like I said, is something I should have done long before now. A few years ago, a video was posted of me saying the N-word, and I want to be very clear that there is never an appropriate scenario in which to say a racial slur ever, period. There are absolutely no excuses for it. I was extremely wrong, and honestly, I'm incredibly sorry. I am equally disappointed, though, in the way I handled that situation in 2017, because I feel like I didn't take full responsibility, I didn't own my part, and I didn't appropriately apologize for my actions, which is why I wanted to sit down and just take full ownership and truly apologize today, because that word should have never, ever come out of my mouth. And the honest truth is that I never took the time to fully understand like the gravity of saying that word and the pain it causes. And I've learned so much that looking back, it truly breaks my heart to think of anyone who saw that and was hurt by my actions. And you have every right to feel that way. I am so incredibly sorry for letting you down. And I want you guys to know that I never and will never make that horrible decision again. I am so deeply sorry for offending and disappointing the Black community. And I know that my actions and response to the situation up until this point have been completely unacceptable, which is why I wanted to sit down and talk to you guys just for absolute clarity. And I know that Instagram stories disappear in 24 hours, which is why I want to keep this on my highlight, so that it doesn't disappear, because I don't want this to disappear. I want everyone to get a chance to see this. Genuinely just want to do better. I want to be better. I want to hold myself accountable. I've been, of course, educating myself, but I will continue to educate myself on the injustices that the Black communities face every day and continue to face, and even the negative impact that my own actions regrettably had. I wanted to genuinely apologize. Thank you for humbling me. Thank you for supporting me, and for hopefully allowing me the opportunity to reconnect and rebuild trust with those I've offended. I promise I will be a better listener. I will be a better learner. I love you guys so much, and I truly appreciate the opportunity to be better.
So let's just kind of talk about this. First of all, just the apology itself seemed pretty genuine. It seems that her her apology from 2017 versus now are very different in a very good way. It seems that she has grown. And that is all that we can ask from anyone ever. I have a little philosophy, a little theory that like good people are always constantly changing for the better. Good people are always working on themselves. And so to see that she clearly has at least listened a little bit to how people would like her to respond to the situation and has responded in the way that a lot of people would be very satisfied with is a good sign. However, the apology itself, while it to me, you know, it sounds genuine, this apology should have been in 2017. It should have been in 2018, 2019, 2020. Why is it just now that she's apologizing again? It would be one thing if even in 2020 during, you know, the huge Black Lives Matter movement where everyone was being very it was a heated time. I don't understand why it's now. I don't get that. It just doesn't make any sense to me. And it could be for two reasons. There's an obviously very benevolent reason of, you know, she's just been just evaluating herself and come to the conclusion that she wants to apologize for this again, which is in a lot of people's human nature. I think a lot of people sometimes when they realize what they've done wrong, no matter how long ago it was, they want to apologize, they want to make amends, and that's very commendable. But then there's the malevolent reason. And it's that she wants something, is that maybe there's a, you know, a product drop with her new, with her brand. Maybe she's seen a lot of people talk about it and she wants to, you know, say something to kind of nip it in the bud. Who knows? But it's just hard to tell because it's so far removed from the actual offense, you know, so you're not really sure why this apology is now. I'm inclined to believe that, you know, she realized that she needs to apologize for this again, that she's done some soul searching and she's come to the conclusion that she needs to make amends and make this right. But it's just like, it took how long? It took like 3 years, almost 4 years. That's a long time to let this kind of simmer and let your last apology be what represents you. So I just found the timing so strange. That's just one. I just found the timing so strange. Also, something that I definitely I've become very nitpicky when it comes to a lot of these apologies because I can be and because it's just like, you shouldn't have done it in the first place. Now people are going to criticize you and going to nitpick, and people have full right to. I don't think that she owned up to the fact that this word was clearly in her vocabulary. Like I mentioned earlier, if you say the N-word like that, if you say any word like that, so reactionary, so immediately when you're reacting to something, you say a certain word. That's because you say that word often. And so for her to not really own up to the fact that, like, I said that word a lot, I feel like that would make the entire apology seem much more genuine. And that's something that I have, like, with every influencer, even though it might seem like kind of a horrible admission and it might seem like it would only hurt them, I think that a lot of people would have a lot more respect if people would just say, yeah, I used to say that word and now I understand why I should not, and therefore I do not. But at the time, I used to say that word a lot. If they were honest about it, it would be so much better for them, because now it looks like you're trying to play people and trying to pretend like it was a one-time thing, and it was not. I mean, even in the video, she said, oh, I said the N-word. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like she knew it was wrong at the time. but she continued to say that word. And I wish that she would just own that. I wish that every influencer who gets caught up in these types of scandals where they say the N-word or they say any type of slur and it just comes out so instantaneously, like on lives or on live streams and things like that. Like when you say a word like that and then you catch yourself, it's because that word is in your vocabulary, but you know you shouldn't say it. I mean, I don't have the C word, which is a slur against Asian people. I don't say that word. Like, that word is not in my vocabulary. If I get mad at something, if I get mad at a video game, or if you know, I'm just saying whatever, I don't even think to say that word. That word is not in my vocabulary because I don't say it and I think it's wrong. I wish that she would just own up to the fact that, like, yeah, this word was in my vocabulary for whatever reason. I would even personally, I would even think that it would be a breath of fresh air for people to just kind of be like, you know, I grew up around this and I don't know. It's just, I wish that she would be more authentic and genuine about her usage of the N-word, because clearly this was not a one-time occurrence. And, you know, even though I think that her apology, it seemed very mature and genuine, I wish that she was just transparent about her usage of the word at that time and throughout her life. You know, that would just make me feel better and probably make a lot of other people feel better. But overall, I don't know how I feel about Kathleen Lights just yet. I think that this new apology is a step in the right direction, but I'm going to be very careful about her and just kind of see, you know, if anything else comes up, because I'm not sure if I'm ready to support her. Because looking at the situation, even though it was in 2017, it's very off-putting, and seeing how she responded to the situation at the time is extremely off-putting. Seeing that she's trying to make amends now is nice, but I'm kind of worried that maybe this is only because she has something coming out, or you know, whatever. Maybe she has a collab with a black person and she doesn't want people to flood her comments with like, but didn't you say the N-word, and didn't you have a horrible apology, or whatever the case may be. I just want to kind of see how this situation plays itself out, and you know, if she really does demonstrate growth and change rather than just talking about it. But I do think that this new apology is a step in the right direction. I want to be fair, but also I'm a little skeptical about the timing, especially the timing of it all. I'm not sure if it's because of, you know, just newfound guilt, or if it's because she has an agenda. So we'll have to see. But for right now, I kind of just am going to keep my distance from her content, her products, everything like that. So that is it for me. Please enjoy this obligatory picture of Justin Bieber as I close out. But those are my thoughts about this entire situation, about her Kathleen Lights' apology, about her apology in 2017, and just the entire situation. If you did enjoy this video, please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. Go ahead and comment down below what you think of Kathleen Lights' apology. But please remember that you cannot accept an apology that was not intended for you. But what do you think of it? Do you think that she's genuine? Do you think that she's not genuine? Why not? Go ahead and comment that down below. Please do subscribe to my channel and turn on the post notifications so that you're notified of the next time that I post a video. Thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!